sleeping with the whole female friend group. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this has to be one of the most eye-opening things that I've ever seen in the way of how women think about certain men and how they will carry themselves about certain men and just do things and snake their other female friends for certain men. Now, I did not coincidentally go out here and say, oh, I want to divide and conquer this whole friend group and sleep with this whole friend group. It was a friend group of, four. I slept with three out of the four, but it might as well be the whole friend group because three out of the four is fucking majority, and majority is damn near the whole friend group. And then one of the girls was also friends with my main girl at the time, which caused so much drama, and they ended up falling out because that other girl slept with me. And it is what it is. But at the end of the day, bro, like, this shit was like literally the most craziest shit that I ever done in my life, just off the simple fact that it's a whole fucking friend group, and they just all went about it all Cheerios, like nothing. It was water under the bridge and shit. Even one of the girls knew I slept with the other girl before her and my main girl, and then the other one, she tried to play dumb like she didn't know, but in reality, I feel like she knew. Now, let's go back to April 2024. That was the first girl I slept with. Now, the reason why I ran into her was basically I was at a dining hall and she was trying to get put on through a mutual friend. Now, the mutual friend didn't end up putting her on to me. I just happened to get up, and I went up to go get some more drink in my cup, and she was staring at me, and I'm like, why the fuck is this bitch staring at me? So I walked up to her, and I got her Snapchat. We exchanged Snapchats, and then later on, I think it was either the next day or the next week. It was fucking in 2024. I'm not gonna remember exact time dates, right? It was either next week or the next day. She basically ended up texting me, telling me to go up to the club. She wanted to dance with me. We go to the club, we started dancing, and I try to take her home, but I think she gives me either some bullshit ass excuse or things just didn't work out that week. I know I never went home with her the first week. I know that for a fact, right? So then boom, I come back to Greenville the second week or the weekend after that, and basically I'm not really feeling too good. This is the point where I'm doing welders and I'm just trying to get my certifications, it's before certifications. Certifications was in the summer. So I'm doing my little welding classes. I think it was MIG or some shit. And it's really fucking up my lungs. Like, a nigga's coughing up like really, really bad. And I just have really, really bad welder's lung at the time, right? And I'm not feeling good in the club. She comes up to me and she sits on my lap. Now, she sits on my lap and I was feeling myself because, this other little Mexican John that I was messing with at the time, she sees that shit. She's throwing a whole fit, bro. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, 2024 was peak prime version of me, bro. I was going crazy. Niggas was living a lifestyle. Niggas was just living a life, right? So she sees that. She sits on my lap. She's, upset. She's texting me and shit. And I'm just ignoring her. And then this girl's, like, oh, are you good? Like, what's wrong? And at the time, I don't even live in Greenville. So, I'm trying to go back with her. I'm trying to go back with home with her, whatever the case may be, right? But at the same time, I don't got a crib in Greenville. So I'm telling her, like, oh, yeah, I'm trying to go home with you. I got in an argument with my roommate. Whole time I don't got no roommate here. I'm just trying to, finesse it and not make it seem like I'm a fucking, visitor, because you have a better chance of actually getting some play if you go to a college town, if you make it seem like you live there, because the girl's going to be like, oh, this could be a consecutive thing. I'm not saying you can't get butt or play if you don't live there. I'm saying your chances just go higher up because she's going to think it's going to be a consensual thing or continuous thing, right? So boom, she's like, okay. Well, we go to, this place called Sup Dog. She eats real quick, and then she's like, okay, you could drive me home or whatever. So, boom, we go to her crib, and we go to the crib. We're basically in her little dorm or whatever the case may be, right? And she plays Too Hot to Handle. The reason why I remember Too Hot to Handle is because Louis Russell, right? Louis Russell's on the screen, and she's like, oh, my God, I just think he's so hot, but you're also so hot. And she says it exactly like that. I'm like, well, thank you. But at the same time, I'm also looking at this nigga like Louis Russell on the screen, because I'm not gonna lie, that season was actually interesting. I don't watch love reality shows, and I don't watch bullshit like that, but that shit just caught my attention in my eyes at the moment. I'm like, damn, this nigga is a player. This nigga is a G. Why all the bitches going after him? But that's besides all the point. That shit don't matter, right? So, boom. At this point I have water's lung, and I'm a little bit drunk, so I'm coughing up a storm. I got fucking limp dick, but I was able to fuck her. But I gave her some of the most worst D in the lifetime that I've ever gave a woman. I actually left her dorm room feeling so embarrassed, thinking, yeah, this girl will never fuck with me again. This girl is probably gonna unadd me. She's probably gonna cast me to, this nigga sucks, this nigga is sorry, get this nigga out of here. But no, she was one of the most sweetest, nicest persons. I'm talking about I'm coughing up lungs in her dorm room. Nigga, if a girl came into my apartment and started coughing up her lungs, I would be so irritated and so annoyed. But no, this girl did nothing but take care of me, make sure I was straight and make sure I was good. And you know, even after I left, she still showed me love on Instagram. She was still very receptive. And the only reason why her interest and attraction went down was the summertime came, and you know, distance between us just came. We weren't really communicating, which, you know, I don't really think you should communicate during the summer. It just wasn't meant to be, or whatever the case may be, right? Boom. That was the first situation with her. I would see her the next school year and she would basically grab my dick in the club. She would shake her head and just do things, you know. I still, to this day, I still think she's cool peoples, and I have no problems with her to this day. I still think she's cool, right? But that was the first girl in the friend group, right? Now, the second girl in the friend group that I ended up sleeping with. Now, I kind of don't even count this as fucking, but from everybody that I told the story to, they say, yes, bro, you fucked her. You put your dick in her, you fucked her. I don't count it, but this is the girl who caused me to have problems with my main girl at the time, which I'm still fucking dealing with the repercussions of me even putting my dick in her to this day at this very moment. But that's besides the point. The point of the video is, right? Boom. This girl, I actually ended up matching her on Tinder. When I matched her on Tinder, this is about the era of when I'm just saying crazy shit on Tinder, talking about I'm a baby Oyo Doonies. I think I slid in with like, I'm a baby Oyo Doonies or some shit. And she replied and she was like, oh, really? And then she stopped texting me and it just kind of fell off right then and there, right? Now, a couple months later go by, April 2025. I don't know why this shit starts back up in April 2025. We basically run into each other at a pool party. I see her at a pool party, and one of the first things she says to me is, I know you fucked my homegirl. Now, she knew I fucked two of her homegirls because my main girl at the time is her homegirl as well. So she knows I fucked, let's just call them, I need to think of some makeup names, some made up names, because the fucking main girl at the time, she has my YouTube channel, and I don't want to hear her fucking mouth. Let's say Miranda and Danilia. Yeah, Miranda and Danilia. She was like, I know you fucked Miranda and Danilia or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck that got to do with you? You know, like, what the fuck that got to do with you? And she was like, you're right. And I was like, what you want tonight? And she was like, shit, I'm trying to come over to your place tonight, right? And she basically ends up coming to my place. And I feel like this is like an ego thing with women, you know, like, oh, you know, he fucked on my two homegirls. Let me go see what he's talking about. You feel me? Now, mind you, I gave one of the girls some sorry ass dick, but then the other girl, who's my main girl, I give her some really good dick when I feel like it. But a lot of the times I was giving her sorry dick because I didn't have to, you know, really put in much effort because I do the fuck I want to do at the end of the day, right? So, boom. She's coming over. And she's kind of trying to play hard to get with me, like, oh, I know you slept with my homegirls. It ain't going to go down like that, like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, bro, we already talked about what we was finna do. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? And, you know, she kisses very, very weird. Like, she's one of those girls, like, I don't even want to reenact the way how the fuck she kissed me because it was just like, how the fuck do you kiss like that, bitch? It's like, she'll kiss you and then, like, she'll lick you. Like, she'll lick you, like she'll lick you, and I'm like, what the fuck are you, a dog, bitch? Like, why are you licking me like that? What the fuck? And that shit was really weird. And then I had to talk to another nigga about that shit. And he was like, yeah, she does do that. That shit's weird. And I'm like, yeah, what the fuck she got going on, right? So, boom, we're making out, whatever, right? And she brings up that she knows that I fucked her homegirls. And I'm like, okay, whatever, right? So, boom, basically I'm trying to, you know, put my peen in her for JJ, right? And this is where she's like, oh, like, I'm not even wet for real. You're gonna have to go down on me. And I'm like, I ain't going down on you, shorty. So I start playing into it and I like start fingering her. And when I start fingering her, I'm like, oh, you're not wet, right? You're not wet, right? And she's like, nah, I'm not wet. You're gonna have to go down on me. And I'm like, bro, I'm not about to go down on you. What the fuck you think this is? Like, I'm not about to go down on you. Fuck no. So I'm like, you're not wet, right? You're not wet, right? And she's like, no, but like I'm fingering her and I'm kissing her and shit. So then, you know, she lets me put my peen in her. And this is why I say I don't consider I fucked her. But if everyone else I asked, if you asked the main girl at the time, if you asked my boy at the time, they all said you fucked her. Your dick went in there. It's penetration. You had sex with her. I went around saying we did not have sex, but my dick was in there. And they said you fucked her, gang. I don't consider it a body. I don't count it as a body. I don't think it's a body. But hey, if they're saying I fucked her, might as well say I fucked the whole friend group, right? So, boom, that happened, and then she stops me. I'm like, okay. And then, we get back into it. I try again. She stops me, and I'm like, okay. And then eventually I just get tired of this shit. And then she starts, asking me, like, hey, do you not want me to be here or something? I'm like, I don't really care if you're here or not. And then she's trying to basically, like, say, oh, I have an extra ticket. You can come to this event with me. It's like she's trying to, like, get more of a relationship or make me, like, a little bitch to say, like, oh, I got this nigga who just fucked y'all. I got him on a leash and he want me real bad to satisfy her fucking ego. Now, the reason why I say that is because there's a whole nother friend, the fourth friend in the friend group. We actually matched on Tinder, and she tried to, like, do this little Snapchat bullshit with me. And I'm like, bruh, this has to be an ego thing at this point because I already fucked your other three friends, right? So, boom. That was the end of that girl. Now, that's two. Now, the third one I ended up sleeping with was, I actually knew she was friends with this girl. This was the girl that I knew was actually friends with the other two girls. And I was like, fuck it. We ball. Let me see if I can get the three-peat, Let me see if I can get the three-peat, right? So she had me on Instagram. She had been liking my stories for quite some time. And for whatever reason at this time, I was just not sliding on girls who was liking my stories. And I think that was a good thing because I ended up sleeping with two girls who was liking my stories for a prolonged period of time. And if you know anything about Instagram, girls who like your story on Instagram don't mean fucking shit. 9 times out of 10, they're attention seekers, time wasters. They don't go nowhere. But these girls had just been liking my shit for months on months on months. And then I finally shot that shot and it just worked out for me, right? So boom. I actually mistakenly texted this girl because I do not save numbers. So when I didn't save the number, I meant to text this white girl who I thought it was like in the town at the time because this was over summer break. I slept with her in like June or July. For the first time. I know I slept with her twice, right? So, boom, I meant to text this other girl, and I was trying to be like, yo, what are you on tonight? I'm trying to see you. But I ended up texting her ass. Now, this is a college town that I'm in, so she wasn't in the college town for that time when I texted her, and she happened to be in Raleigh, NC when I texted her. And I had to play it off when she texted me back, and she was like, yeah, I'm down. And I was like, all right, what's your location? And then it was, that shit said an hour and I think it was like an hour and 20 minutes away. I was like, why the fuck does it say you're an hour and 20 minutes away? And she's like, I told you I'm an hour and 20 minutes away. And I'm like, oh, fuck, bro. This is the wrong bit. But fuck it, we ball. So I made that commute, and then I fucking drove her back to my apartment and then had to do it back in the fucking morning like a fucking loser that I am. So boom, she basically comes over, and everything is cool, everything is right. She doesn't bring up that I slept with her other friends or anything like that. It was pretty much chill. I basically put my peen in and fucked her, and that was that. It was nothing until the next morning. The next morning, the nigga was feeling himself because the nigga got the successful three-peat off, and when the nigga was feeling himself, I asked her, I was like, yo, did you know I like slept with your other two friends? And she was like, no, I didn't know. I didn't know you slept with my other two friends. Now, mind you, I had actually ran into the other two friends in Raleigh, and the one friend who actually fell out with my main girl at the time was telling me like, yo, make it up. Why would you tell her what we did? Like make it up. Tell her you were lying, bro. And the other girl was just staring at me all seductively. And I pushed the girl who was tweaking. I pushed her head out the way, and she got really, really pissed at that. And that was the whole thing. And then I fucked their other friend. And the reason why I'm saying this is because when niggas got in the car, when niggas got in the fucking car and we was about to drive back to her fucking shit in Raleigh, bruh, Shorty calls up the two friends because I'm like, bro, I don't believe you. You fucking knew. And maybe I'm delusional. Maybe she didn't know because now that I think about it, the calls and the reactions that they gave kind of makes it seem like they didn't fucking know, right? So, boom. She calls the first shorty. The first shorty's like, ew, you fuck JD? You need to get tested. You need to get tested. He's a slut. You need to get fucked. Like, bruh, like, why are you fucking doing all this? And then the second girl, which is the girl I still got love for to this day, that girl said, ew. She said, ew, on the phone. Like, I ain't gonna lie. It didn't hurt my feelings because to a point, women are gonna do that with their egos and shit. Or maybe I'm just a little delusional. But, yeah. More of the story is, bro, the second girl still slimed her homegirl, who was my main girl at the time, because she 100% knew. These girls, they're still very positive towards me. I still have access to the third one, and I still feel like I could, sleep with the second one. Or not the second one. The second one, no, I can't sleep with the second one because I told my main girl on her ass and she's mad about that shit. But the first girl, I feel like I still, have access to her on a good night if we run into each other and she's in the mood, I'm in the mood, and just the stars align. The third girl, I still feel like I have access to her. She was just on my dick like 4 weeks ago. She just so happened to have a boyfriend, but she's single now because in the story that I told, I was in the club fucking looking at her with some tough shit. That was her. But yeah, fucking a friend group, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that shit is. I look every picture that they post because they post a lot of pictures of themselves now. It's like I just look at that and I was like, I conquered that fucking group. Holy.